Hey everybody, it's my 125 gallon tank, and I apologize for all the glare, but the tank itself is not going to be the subject of this video. This is going to be a fairly simple before and after video. I'm replacing my old filter there. You can hear it rattling, and the trays on the inside are all deteriorated from very early on. I used the UV light way too much, and I actually deteriorated the trays on the inside, so it's just time to replace it. I don't know if unboxing videos are still a thing. I frankly never understood why they ever were a thing, but for anyone who is curious, this is the box it came in. When you opened it up, it basically had this box sitting next to that unit, and that was pretty much it. Not a lot of excitement in opening that up. So what's in this box is all the plumbing. That's going to be my spray bar, my hoses, my adapters and fittings, all of the stuff that goes from here to the tank is what's in that white box. So we're not going to worry about that box. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the shelf along with another one that I've got in there for the very same reasons. And what we are going to do is, let's see if I can do it one-handed. I'm going to go ahead and unplug that filter, get that turned off, close that valve, pull that out of there, and now I am simply going to take this apart, take the bio filters and all that stuff out of there, and put them in this one with some new filter material, and then I'm just going to put that hose right into this unit and plug it in and keep right on going. I'm not going to bother changing up all that plumbing. It absolutely is not necessary. So give me a minute, and again, not really much of a big deal on the before and after. You're just going to go from seeing a noisy filter sitting there to seeing basically the exact same thing, except it should be running nice and smooth and quiet. So give me a minute to let me get that done. I will video anything untoward that I might find while I'm in there, but otherwise I will see you right back here in just a second. Alright, this is nothing untoward, but I did want to show it to you while I got it open. So instead of calling this an unboxing, we can think of it as an unfiltering. Once I opened the filter up, I realized that the UV light and housing is also stored in here. So what I'm going to do is screw the housing into place, which will go right on the end of this. And that's got a gasket, and it should hold it in place and keep it dry on the inside. And then I'm not even going to bother to put the UV bulb in there, which is what's in that white box right there. I don't use it. I never use them. I never really see a need to use them, and having it in there just, you know, if I bump the button and turn it on and don't realize it, I start ruining the inside of my filter again, because the UV, the tube goes down through this tube, which funnels the water to the bottom of the filter, and then the water moves back up through all the filter material, and that's how you get your filtration. So these tubes, you know, stacking on top of each other evenly, and they even have like a little sort of corkscrew that swirls the water down. That's important. You've got to keep that tube intact, and damaging it with that UV light that literally sits down inside that tube. The idea is the water swirls around the UV bulb as it goes down that tube. So accidentally turning that on and just leaving it on all the time will ruin those trays, and that's what happened to that filter. And then of course when I tried to do my little homemade fix, that's when I wound up sort of breaking the seal, and that's what made it leak, and so on and so forth. So we're going to put this on just to keep the inside of this area dry, and these electrical connections won't get wet or anything, and I'm going to leave the actual bulb out of there. If I ever do need it, it's a simple matter of just unscrewing the thing, putting the bulb in, screwing the thing back on when I do a filter change, and then I will have a UV bulb in there. And of course, if we look in the consecutive trays, we've got all of this stuff, and then the bio balls and whatnot. I'm not going to use any of this either, because I've already got bio material that's ready to go in that one. So again, let me get that one torn apart. I'm going to swap everything over and then just get it hooked right back up. Alright, and there we are. That's what a SunSun filter is supposed to sound like. It's not supposed to sound like anything. You just are not supposed to hear these filters. Again, I know a lot of people have their complaints about the SunSuns. I personally love them. I think the value you get for these filters is just amazing. And again, I know you can hear other noises around the room, but you don't hear that filter. I'm sitting right next to it, and I can barely tell that it's running. I had to actually put my hand on it and have a quick look at the tank when I first came in to make sure it was still running, and you can see it's definitely flowing the water out of the spray bar up there. So there you go. Like I said, not a great big to-do with this video, but I always try to document whatever's going on here around the fish room. Sometimes it's exciting, sometimes it's not, but, you know, regular old maintenance and doing stuff like this is part of the hobby. So if you're interested in this hobby, then you need to know that this kind of stuff is stuff you're going to need to do at some point. So I will leave it sitting on the tray for another day or two. I have no reason to believe it's going to leak or have any problems or anything like that, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it there anyway. I also deliberately left the twisty tie on the cord, so what that does now is it keeps the extension cord up off of the ground, so if we do get another leak, then it should keep that cord out of the water, although I didn't have a problem with that before. And we always do have the possibility, if it leaks right here, the water will simply run right down the cord. I should probably have a drip loop put into that or something for extra safety's sake, but, well, whatever. I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, there you go. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss anything I've got coming up. I am going to be talking about my sick loaches and what I've been doing in this tank and so on and so forth here. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But in the next day or two, hopefully we're going to be talking about what's going on with my loaches here in this tank, because the one is clearly not getting any better. So it's time to talk about that some more. So again, if you're subscribed, you won't miss that or anything else. So thanks for watching this one. Don't forget, this one is my 125-gallon tank. I'll see you real soon in the next one.